Good morning and welcome to Collier Kids Read. Every Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. your favorite children's librarians will be here telling you songs, stories, and crafts. Today we're going to be talking about cookies. What's your favorite cookie? Tell us about it in the comments. And we're going to be making this really cool personal chef's hat. Are you ready? Our first book is Cow Loves Cookies by Karma Wilson, illustrated by Marcellus Hull, published by Simon & Schuster. Thank you, Simon & Schuster, for allowing us to read this book. Whenever the farmer feeds the horse, he feeds the horsey hay, of course. The horse just loves to nibble hay. He eats it every single day. But the cow loves cookies. The farmer knows what chickens need. He always gives them chicken feed. They scratch and cluck and peck all day. They love their feed. The horse loves hay. But the cow loves cookies. The farmer feeds the geese each morn. He always gives them sweet cracked corn. They honk for joy and flap their wings. They love the corn that the farmer brings. Hay for horses, yes indeed. Give those chickens chicken feed. Corn for geese, they love it so. But when it comes to cows, we know that cow loves cookies. When farmer feeds the hogs their slop, they love to eat that gooey glop. They oink and snort, they grunt with glee. They eat like pigs, it seems to me. Of course we know the horse loves hay, and chickens love their feed each day. Geese love corn as all geese should. The pigs think slop is mighty good. But cow would never eat that stuff. You couldn't pay the cow enough, because the cow loves cookies. The farmer's dog just loves to eat when farmer gives him doggy treats. He gulps and gobbles with delight. He savors each and every meaty bite. Hay is what the horsies need. The chickens all eat chicken feed. The geese munch corn, it tastes so fine. The hogs think slop is just divine. The dog adores his doggy treats, but cow would rather eat things sweet. So why does the cow love cookies? She and the farmer made a deal, and every day they share a meal. The farmer packs a picnic lunch, and when the two sit down to munch, he takes the cookies from a tin, and cow gives milk to dunk them in. Yum, said the farmer. The cow says moo. Cow is happy. Farmer, too. They both love milk and cookies. But the duck loves quackers. So we've been sitting for a little while, so let's move a little bit. We're going to make cookies. Are you ready? I'm making cookie dough. Round and round the beaters go. Add some flour with a cup. Stir and mix the batter up. Roll them out. Cut them nice and neat. Put them on a cookie sheet. Bake them, count them, 1, 2, 3. When they're done, cookies for you and me. Our next book is The Doorbell Ring by Pat Hutchins, published by Green Willow Books. Thank you, Green Willow, for allowing us to read this book. I've made some cookies for tea, said Ma. Good, said Victoria and Sam. We're starving. Share them between yourselves, said Ma. I've made plenty. That's 6 each, said Sam and Victoria. They look as good as Grandma's, said Victoria. They smell as good as Grandma's, said Sam. Nobody makes cookies like Grandma, said Ma, as the doorbell rang. It was Tom and Hannah from next door. Come in, said Ma. You can share the cookies. That's 3 each, said Sam and Victoria. They smell as good as your grandma's, said Tom. And they look as good too, said Hannah. No one makes cookies like Grandma, said Ma, as the doorbell rang. It was Peter and his little brother. Come in, said Ma. You can share the cookies. That's 2 each, said Victoria and Sam. They look as good as your grandma's, said Peter, and smell as good too. Nobody makes cookies like Grandma, said Ma, as the doorbell rang. It was Joy and Simon and their 4 cousins. Come in, said Ma. You can share the cookies. That's 1 each, said Sam and Victoria. They smell as good as your grandma's, said Joy. And look as good too, said Simon. Nobody makes cookies like Grandma, said Ma, as the doorbell rang. And rang. Oh dear, said Ma, as the children stared at the single cookie on their plates. Perhaps you'd better eat them before we answer the door, said Ma. We'll wait, said Sam. It was Grandma with an enormous tray of cookies. How nice to have so many friends to share them with, said Grandma. It's a good thing I made a lot. And nobody makes cookies like Grandma, said Ma, as the doorbell rang. Are you ready to make your very own chef's hat? These are the supplies you're going to need. 2 pieces of typing paper, 2 pieces of tissue paper. Any color could be left over from a birthday, anything. A pair of scissors and a glue stick. First thing you're going to do is take your paper and fold it into about thirds. Fold it nice and tight, and then cut off the extra, because we don't need it. It would make the band of the hat too big. Okay, so we don't need that piece anymore. Take your paper, take your glue stick, and you're gonna run the glue stick all up and down the edge of the paper. Take your second page and add it. Glue it down tight. Now, this, because my paper wasn't all cut the same length, we're gonna pretend here. Once we finish this bit, we're going to measure it. Because everyone's head is a little bit different, you're gonna take it, put it around your head, and that way you'll know where your edge should be. So, that's the end of the band. Now, you see on the chef's hat here, we have some folds. We have to make the folds on the tissue paper. I've got 2 pieces of tissue paper here. Same thing, you're gonna take your glue stick and run it up the tissue paper all the way up to the top. And be careful, because the tissue paper is a little thin, so it'll break and rip easily. And now it's stuck. Okay. So take the other piece of tissue paper, lay it down on where you just put the glue, and then press it down. Now we're ready to make our folds. So you notice that our tissue paper is longer than our band. So the first thing we're going to do is start making some folds. So you're going to lift the top and the bottom and fold them over about 1 inch. It doesn't matter exactly, if you're perfect, and fold it over again and just keep folding until you've used up all the extra. And you're also going to take your glue stick and go to the end
and fold it down so it stays down. Fold it again. It'll look neater if you keep folding the paper the same way. This is the time-consuming part, but this will make your chef's hat really cool. Okay, so almost a little bit more to fold over. Just take your time because you're going to want to wear your chef's hat for a little while. Okay, now that it's all folded, we're going to take the glue stick and run it all the way down the band of the hat. And then slide it under your chef's hat, under the tissue paper, being careful not to let it stick too soon. And then take your glue stick, slide it down the other side, and put it down. And this will keep your chef's hat nice and stable. Now remember, you know earlier when you measured around your head so you knew where to put it? Run your glue all the way up over the tissue paper. Remember, the tissue paper is a little thin, so take your time. There we go. And I made it stick to my fingers. Roll it over. Now, make it stick. So we are almost done. So we have the hat, but it's a little taller than mine, isn't it? So to fix that, what you do, put your hand inside and fold, fold, fold all the paper inside. I've got both hands in there. We're going to make and twist it up nice and tight. And that's your chef's hat. Are you ready? Let's put mine on. There we go. Have fun. And don't forget, come back every Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock for more stories. And like us on Facebook. If you're looking for cooking instructions or recipes for cookies, go to Hoopla. There'll be lots of cookbooks there that you can take a look at. We'll see you again tomorrow.